And welcome back to another episode of NBA 2K12. But first, let's check out the NBA floor ready to go in the last episode. The Dallas Mavericks defeat the Golden State Warriors. They're down to the wire here in the American Airlines Center. Now, we'll be wrap up for the first half of the season. We're heading for the Minneapolis as a part of the All-Star Weekend. We're heading to Minneapolis between the Minnesota Timberwolves host the Oklahoma City Thunder. This was the actual even between those two men in real life between Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, and James Harden take on Michael Beasley and Kevin Love. And this year's modern era in 2024 between SGA, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander take on Anthony Edwards. This is going to be a matchup between these two in the Northwest rivalry between those two guys, the Thunder and the Timberwolves. But I thought they had never met in the playoffs between Oklahoma City and Minnesota. But actually, this was the only playoff meeting as the Seattle Supersonics member. They met against the Minnesota Timberwolves in the 1998 postseason. The Sonics and Timberwolves are down to the wire in the decisive game. The Timberwolves won game 4, I think. So check out the Sonics are down 2-1. It's really interesting. Now, this is going to take the Sonics and actually win the series over the Timberwolves 3-2-5. And Stanley Payton dominating over Kevin Garnett in the decisive game and they'll move on and eliminate the Minnesota Timberwolves in the first round, and actually, the eventually lost in the 1998 semifinals by the Lakers. It's been a great matchup between those two of the Northwest rivalry, and for this game, the Thunder are going to use the white, and the Timberwolves are going to use the black jerseys for the retro too. This is going to be a good matchup, and that will do it for now. This is Andre Kenshin. We'll be right back after this. Enjoy the video from Minneapolis in Target Center. We send it over to Kevin Harlan in Minneapolis.
Welcome to NBA Basketball. I'm Damon Bruce. We've got you covered here on 2K Sports. Wednesday in the NBA. It's going to be Russell Westbrook and the Oklahoma City Thunder up against Kevin Love and the Minnesota Timberwolves. And now it's time to get out to the action with Kevin Harlan and our 2K Sports crew. We'll be back later with the HP Halftime Report.
And welcome, everyone, for 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan here with Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg. We're happy that you could join us on this Wednesday night for the NBA. The starting five. This is our lineup brought to you by State Farm. First for the Thunder, Westbrook and Harden in the backcourt. And at the center position, the big guy from Texas, Kendrick Perkins. Always can be counted on, a looming presence and a force both offensively and defensively. And it's Durant, and it's Ibaka, and it's the force. And looking at the Timberwolves, Ricky Rubio is out there with Johnson, and it's Darko Milicic locking down the middle. They utilize his abilities to maintain that presence under the rim. Then there's Beasley, and it's Love, and it's the four.
Well, Oklahoma City is a team that has gotten better and better for the last few years. And they continue to get better against the Western Conference. A 5-game improvement in their record versus the West a year ago from the season before.
Tip off goes to Minnesota. Now, here's Rubio. He's covered by Westbrook. Now, Rubio. Westbrook picks him up. 6 to shoot. Now, here's Rubio. He's tightly guarded. That's good. The Thunder tougher against the West. We can talk about the 5-game improvement. But they match up well, it seems, Clark, with just about anybody in the Western Conference. I can throw the East in here, too.
Yeah, there's no question. I mean, I like this team's versatility. When you look at the Thunder, they've got a lot of things. I mean, they've got size, strength, athleticism. I mean, you need those ingredients if you're going to be a contender, and you have to be able to win different ways. And Oklahoma City is a team that's growing into that. And a well-rounded roster. They're young, so as they get more seasoned, they're going to be a really difficult team to handle for a long time.
Now let's send it over to Doris Burke, who was able to talk to Scott Brooks.
On the defensive end of the court, guys, he said the effort would be anchored by their big men, who he expects to wreak a little havoc in the low post with their shot-blocking prowess. Back to you.
Terrific, Doris. Thanks. What's your take on that?
I like the mindset they're coming in right now. I think it's the right mindset. A strong defensive effort. from them today, I mean, I think it's essential.
Steve?
Well, no question. If they can have success defensively, they're going to create some offensive opportunities for themselves in transition.
Here's the Minnesota's going with right now. Pekovic comes in for Darko Milicic. And Luke Ridnour is subbed in for Ricky Rubio. Beasley with the steal. And so here's Minnesota. Westbrook picks him up. Let's go. And there are the Timberwolves with another bucket.
And we got a lot of inches on the defender in that matchup, and you can just shoot right over the top of him without worrying about being bothered. You know, Michael Beasley basically was given away by the Miami Heat for a second-round pick into the cap space. Pretty surprising. Former number 2 overall pick. He's an outstanding scorer.
Ridnour against Westbrook. Wide open. And again, it's Minnesota converted. Here's Westbrook. Like you're talking about Michael Beasley, the Heat traded him away so they could create space to sign Mike Miller. Steve, do you think they'll come to regret that decision?
No, I think Miami is perfectly happy with where they are going into the future. You know, remember, they traded him away to create more cap space, and that was one of the reasons they were able to get LeBron and Chris Bosh. So he knew what was going to eventually become of him. He had a great season with Minnesota, so it looks like he's going to be a very productive player during his career.
Harden gets called for the reach. That is his first foul of the game. Wayne Ellington's checked in for Minnesota. Nick Collison's checked in for the Thunder. Cephalosha comes in for James Harden. Here's Beasley, picked up by Collison. Beasley kicks to Pekovic.
The Timberwolves are hoping that they've found some answers at the point guard position. The veteran Luke Ridnour really played a steady role for them a year ago, but Johnny Flint, the top draft pick in 2009, missed almost 30 games and really struggled on the court.
Thunder trailing by 7 and stolen by Love.
He did what he could to try to handle that pass, but that was too hard to handle.
18 feet away, Ridnour, that's good. Ridnour's got his second basket of the night. For the Timberwolves, the answer to their playmaking needs, a point guard, Steve and Clark, may have arrived in the form of rookie Ricky Rubio, joining the team from Spain.
Well, it's got to be a relief, Kevin, for the Minnesota fans to see the former number 5 pick in the 2009 draft finally in uniform for the Timberwolves. Scoring is still a question mark for him, but his passing, court vision, and flair, all of that is unquestioned.
Westbrook with the bucket.
Great work. I mean, you have to decide as a defense just how much damage are we going to allow.
Let's check out the spot Sean King.
Well, he's got enough hang time there to put a little something. On that one, 2 scoops of ice cream after that.
Well, it's going to be remembered from this game, that's for sure.
I think that was more like a banana split, but
out of bounds. And they retain possession.
and took a gamble there to try to disrupt that pass.
Yeah, he couldn't quite get a hold of it, but still a nice play.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over.
You know, they say that familiarity breeds contempt. And the Timberwolves had to feel some contempt about only going 1-15 against their division opponent.
Boy, that's rugged, isn't it?
Yeah, that's bumpy, really bumpy there. You know, that wasn't the highest quality look, but for him, it doesn't matter. He doesn't need a great look to knock down the three.
And they're running. Right side Durant over Love. And it's Durant, that time on the assist by Westbrook. 7 points for Kevin Durant. Well, Clark, you're talking about the Northwest, one of the tougher divisions in the NBA. You look at the Thunder, the Nuggets, the Blazers, the Jazz. I mean, wow. None of them are pushing.
Oh, stop.
Steve, very difficult division.
Yeah, that makes matters even tougher for Minnesota as they try to work their way out of the NBA basement. But to have to play these teams in your division so often, that makes things awfully tough.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Darko Milicic, he's checked in for Pekovic. Webster comes in for Michael Beasley. And Wesley Johnson is sub for Wayne Ellington. He feeds it to Milicic. He's against Perkins. Goes up on the block. Shot's good by Milicic. Milicic has got his second basket.
That offense just keeps on clicking.
It sure does, Clark. They're getting high percentage looks and really taking advantage here.
I like it. I mean, he dropped the dime on him right there, guys.
Up in the post. That's good. And it's Ridnour picking up the assist. Ridnour's got 3 assists tonight. Took him no time at all on that one. 10 points for Kevin Durant.
Well, I like that. They ran to the three-point line and got an uncontested look there in transition.
Ridnour dishes to Love. It's Webster outside. And another 3 for Minnesota.
This looks like a three-point contest out there, guys.
Yeah, you would fit right in, partner. I mean, you hit one on us, we'll hit one on you. A terrific battle going on here.
He kicks it to Milicic. 4 seconds left. And there's one. That's good. Assist from Ridnour. Ridnour's got his 4th assist in this one. It could go. And it's in.
What a way to close the court. Huge 3 right there.
Yeah, and that's a deflator for the other team.
The first quarter all wrapped up, and it's been an exciting game so far. Timberwolves lead by 1.
Well, the thing they tried to establish right away was the presence down low. You look at the points in the paint. I think that's been the difference.
Yeah, and I like the fact, Steve, that they're not settling for the outside shots. I mean, go in there and get what you want. Keep attacking the rim.
We'll be back momentarily. Either team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. So here's Westbrook.
Well, Oklahoma City has been gradually improving over the last few seasons, and one of the things they've done better at is winning on the road. Last year, 25-16, one of the very best marks in the NBA.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to Doris Burke for an update. Hi, Doris.
Kevin, last season, as soon as the Thunder had traded for Perkins, they renegotiated his contract upwards, and that enabled them to offer him a more attractive extension than the one he declined from the Celtics. Asked if he'd hope for a bigger contract, Perkins said, "I'm a country boy. I'm from Beaumont, Texas. I didn't have a crazy number in mind." And guys, with a small-town background, Perkins is a perfect fit in OKC in more than just salary terms.
Well, it certainly seems like a smart move for him. Thanks, Doris. For the Thunder, that continued improvement on the road, and Stevie just said 25-16. Clark, one of the signals of their growth into a legitimate contender.
Well, Kevin, they've got a lot of the things you need to have to win on the road. They rebound the basketball. They're a good free throw shooting team. They've got the best scorer in the league, one of the best scorers in the league, in Kevin Durant. And they can put the ball in the basket as a team. Again, I really think you've got to be able to score when you go on the road. Offensively, you've got to be able to put pressure on the home team's defense. And Oklahoma City has that capability. You know, when you take a look at Michael Beasley and his numbers from last year, he added 4 points to his point-per-game average from 15 up to 19. He's got nice range, and I think he's going to continue to be an outstanding scorer.
That's good from Beasley. Michael Beasley, a natural power forward, but Steve, with his shooting, he can probably play at the 3.
Yeah, a little bit of a tweener. You know, he can play 4. He can play 3. I think there are times when there's a mismatch on the offensive end of the floor because he's so difficult to cover. The key for Beasley is just the consistency on a nightly basis, particularly at the defensive end of the floor.
Here's Westbrook. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Westbrook's got 7 points.
And I think defensively, you've got to commit a second defender because he's just destroying you right now.
Yeah, one-on-one, he's been a handful.
Backing down is Beasley. Gets to the rim for two with the G all over him. Beasley's got his third bucket of the night.
They've got to offer more resistance inside. Just too many easy buckets in the paint.
Yes, that's a top priority for any defense. You got to protect the paint.
Pushes up, and he converts the lane. Beasley's got 6 points in the quarter.
Great matchup here. This game has gone back and forth.
Multiple lead changes, just a great game, guys.
From deep Harden, and that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Westbrook's got 6 assists now in the game. Rubio, the pass to Beasley. Good look, and again it's Minnesota converted.
And they are just lighting him up from mid-range area.
You know, sometimes we forget about the value of the mid-range or in-between game. His team has made 8 of their last 10 with that shot, the in-between shot.
And again, Minnesota with the triple.
Well, Minnesota Timberwolves struggles have been wide-ranging. Offense is definitely a big problem. They tried to push the pace to get easier shots. They were, in fact, number 1 in pace of play last season with 99 possessions a game.
And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Pekovic checks in for Milicic. Love comes in for Michael Beasley. And Wesley Johnson is subbed for Webster. The Thunder also changing it up. Perkins comes in for Muhammad. And Kevin Durant is subbed in for Tyler Sefolosha. Here is Rubio. He has 6. Johnson. And again, it's Minnesota converted. It's too bad. Clark, you bring up an interesting with this pace thing, which a lot of coaches found, a lot of scouts zero in on. The Timberwolves first in pace last season in the league, but Steve, they were tied for 7th least in fast break points.
Well, that doesn't bode well, does it? You play fast but don't score. Man, no wonder they were so bad last year.
Now let's send it to Doris from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, after 2 years of playing overseas, the Minnesota Timberwolves finally get Ricky Rubio to come over from Spain. You'll remember this young man burst on to the scene in the Olympics when he was outstanding against the United States. The general manager, David Kahn, was very high on him after drafting him in 2009, saying of him, a virtuoso and somebody special. He has a lot of hype to live up to after 2 years of waiting, guys. We'll see if he can fulfill that potential. Back to you.
Thank you, Doris. So much has been said about Rubio. He's got to be feeling the pressure.
You know, it might take some time for him to adjust, but I remember seeing him play for Spain in 2008, and I think he can play at this level.
And the Timberwolves call timing.
How about that surprise trade at the trade deadline a year ago? Kendrick Perkins going from Boston to Oklahoma City for Jeff Green. And I think the Thunder really believes that Perkins can be their missing piece. You know, they knew they needed help down low defensively and with size, and Perkins is that guy.
Looking at who's out there now for the Timberwolves. Michael Beasley, he's checked in for Tolliver. And Luke Ridnour subbed in for Ricky Rubio. And here is Durant. He's got 16. Got a piece of it. Back at 6.
That's just a sloppy pass, a lack of focus there.
Here's Beasley. Hangs in the air. Love kicks to Beasley. Johnson. There's the triple. And again, Minnesota with the triple. It has been nip and tuck through the first half.
No kidding. I mean, neither team has been able to hold the lead for any length of time, guys.
Steve, so close.
Well, such a seesaw affair back and forth. This has been an unbelievable game to watch.
Fast break, here we go. Outside for Durant. He's guarded by Johnson. And that one's good. Durant. Here is Ridnour. He's got 6. With 4 seconds on the clock. And there are the Timberwolves with another bucket. Out of bounds. And they'll keep possession.
Martell Webster.
That was a max range alley-oop pass there, guys. It's got to be. I don't know if anybody's thrown one any longer.
That's just crazy.
Man, how high did he have to go to make that catch? Unbelievable play. Wow.
And we'll get it going after this from the target center.
It's a Wednesday night edition of the HP Halftime Report. Let's get to the breakdown. Oklahoma City up on top against the Timberwolves at Target Center. The three-point shooting, ridiculous. They're knocking down everything. We've watched Kevin Durant doing pretty much whatever he wants against the defense of the Timberwolves. What he's been able to do from the field has been nothing short of spectacular. Only a select few players in the league can shoot the ball like that. And slugging it out so far, the Minnesota Timberwolves. They've been pounding the ball inside, scoring a ton of points in the paint. An all-round great effort by Michael Beasley. He's got 10 points and has added some assists to his totals as well. We've seen these two pace their team so far in the first half. Let's see what they'll have in store for later. Time for us to wrap things up. Let's get back to Kevin Harlan, Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke. I'll see you next time.
Tell me who in the jungle will score 100 points.
Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the third. But Trey, and it's Westbrook. That time on the assist from Ibaka. Westbrook's got the opening bucket to start the second half for the Thunder.
You know, fellas, this Oklahoma City team is built the right way. I mean, been done with patience through the draft. I mean, you got to have some good fortune there when you're talking about the draft. The money's been spent wisely. And now I think they're starting to approach the finished product, the team capable of winning NBA titles for years to come. Certainly they'll be contending for them in the future.
And for the Thunder, they've been a team that has preached defense first. And with the addition of Kendrick Perkins, that certainly adds now to a big, athletic, and physical, tough team up front, and really from top to bottom, Steve.
Yeah, and they've got a nice bench, too, Kevin. There's not a whole lot lacking on this roster. But what they have to do is improve from within. Last year, I thought they were exposed in the playoffs. They're going to get great shots. They're going to look through it offensively. Those are areas that they can improve upon.
Here's Westbrook, 13 points in the game. On the arc, the basket good off the assist from Durant. Durant's got his 7th assist here tonight. Now, here's Rubio. He's covered by Westbrook. Here's Milicic, and he sinks the layup. Milicic has got 6 points. The Thunder leading by 3. Durant for 3, and that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Westbrook's got his 8th assist in the game.
Well, Kevin Durant creates so much space for his shot. I thought at times he settled a little bit too much for long-range shots. And where he can make the most improvement is down on the block with a poster.
Not a lot going wrong for them on offense in the early part of the third. I mean, that's 3 makes on 4 tries now.
Out of bounds. And they'll keep possession. And making a change here, the Timberwolves. Ridnour's checked in. Here is Harden. He's got 5. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. Speaking of Durant, Clark, and working in the post, do you think he's strong enough physically to be effective down there?
At this point in time, that's one area he needs to get better at. He needs to add more strength in terms of being a post player. If he's taller than the guy defending him, then I think he can be somewhat effective. But that's an area of growth for him. As he gets more aggressive and adds to that frame of his, and I think he can really be a difficult guy to defend in the low post. But he's not there yet.
Because, you know, the initial defense is going to be strong. And a lot of times the when you have somebody double, now you have 2 guys on there. And Durant with the slam. Here's another look with the Sprite Slam King.
You got to be willing to put a body. In front of him there, easy hoop.
But you know what? I don't blame him. That's a lot of body coming at him.
Westbrook against Ridnour. The 3 is launched. And another 3 for Minnesota.
Boy, that's too easy. You cannot let a shooter that good get a warm-up jump shot like that. If you do that, it'll be raining all day from out there. Scott Brooks enjoyed a long career in the NBA before becoming a coach playing point for a lot of teams over the course of 11 seasons in the league.
Didn't take long to get that hoop.
Guys, they sure made the D look slow that time.
And it's Harden picking him up. Now, here's Ridnour. He's got 11. And Beasley gets it to go on the assist from Luke Ridnour. Ridnour's got his 5th assist in this one. Back to Brooks. Even won a title, Steve, with the 94 Rockets.
He was a tough guy. You know, guys, he put you up full court, 94 feet, defend and scrap and draw for everything. And not really surprising to me that he eventually became a coach.
Martell Webster, he's checked in for Michael Beasley. And then for Oklahoma City, Muhammad comes in for Kendrick Perkins. And Thabo Sefolosha subbed in for James Harden. Westbrook gets to Durant. Outside Westbrook. That's good, and a nice assist from Durant. Westbrook's got 9 points here in the second half.
Well, if you want to talk about why the Timberwolves struggle and why they did last year in particular, defense comes to mind immediately. Their opponent shot 47% from the field and 37% beyond the arc.
Fast break, here they come. Here's Ibaka. Throws down the breakaway jam.
Well, that's his bread and butter right there.
He loves to throw those down.
I'll tell you what, I love to see him throw him down hard.
Well, the Timberwolves, and here's one for you, Steve, the 4th worst defense in the NBA last season statistically, but clearly plenty of room for improvement.
Yeah, and I don't think it's a physical thing for him, Kevin. Good size, good strength on the wings and inside. It's all attitude, mental, disposition. You got to communicate, and it has to be a multiple effort. I mean, everybody's got to be on the same page, committed to playing defense.
Ridnour, that's good.
I think he's done his part to try to keep him in this game. It's been a solid effort from him, guys.
This is it to Sefolosha. That's Johnson picking him up. That is good. Cephalosha's got 14 points. Ridnour dishes to Milicic. It's tipped. Ridnour, Johnson. And the rejection by Ibaka. 18 feet away, and Durant gets it to go with the assist from Cephalosha. Cephalosha's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Minnesota calls timeout.
He wants to make a few adjustments out there, and he's running through those with his team right now.
And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Pekovic checks in for Milicic. And it's Beasley in for Wesley Johnson. The Thunder also changing it up. Nick Collison's checked in for Ibaka. And Nate Robinson is subbed in for Russell Westbrook. And now pitch to Durant. Goes straight up. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot two right here.
Nice time to use that foul to stop the layup.
You know, if you can save just 1 point, that foul was the right move. Well, I tell you what, it's been a kind of a slow oozing of Nate Robinson's role from being a major part of what the Knicks did a few years ago to now being pretty much a role player.
And so he hits both. We brought up Robinson. Clark didn't see the minutes he was used to with Boston, certainly with New York. Then he was eventually traded to the Thunder. And I always felt, Steve, like they were trying to figure out how he fit with that team.
Well, the big thing, Kevin, was it was more about the trade for Perkins, and I thought the salaries for Nate Robinson made the trade add up. There never really was a spot for him. So I think for Nate Robinson, he's going to have to find a team that can really use his skill set because there was a logjam at that position in Oklahoma City.
And they're moving it up. 3 seconds left, and the basket by Muhammad.
It's a great entry pass into the low post.
Here's Ridnour. No good. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back.
Durant doing all sorts of things. He has 29 points and just an amazing performance from downtown.
He is raining down the threes, guys. You know how much I love to see this.
It's the Thunder. They lead by 14. We're still getting underway here in the fourth. Let's go down to Doris Burke, who has our Sprite Spark of the Game report. Doris?
And Kevin, for that great stretch the Thunder put together, they get the Sprite Spark Award. They were as tough a defensive team as we've seen the second quarter, and they've had an answer for everything they've had thrown their way. That effort is the main reason they've built the lead they have. We'll see if it can continue, guys.
Thank you, Doris. Everything really clicked for them, Clark, during that run.
Yeah, it sure did. I mean, it ignited them offensively.
To the point, Clark, where they were really in complete control at that end of the floor.
Here's Beasley. Falls back and drains that fadeaway jumper. Beasley's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the Timberwolves. Harden's shot is good.
They're in a groove now. These three-pointers just falling at will here in the second half.
Yeah, I think the defense has got major headaches because this team's just not missing.
Get that bucket in no time at all.
Probably time to bring an extra defender, change up the defense a little bit.
Well, Steve, he's been so good. I think they got to take the ball out of his hands right now.
Guy's been an artist with that three-point shot.
He sure has been, Steve. I mean, the majority of his points have come from out there.
Here's Ridnour, and again it's Minnesota converted. The Thunder leading by 13. Here's Cephalosha. Beasley with the rebound. Here comes Luke Ridnour. Robinson picks him up.
Look, I mean, the Thunder 2 seasons ago managed to give the Lakers a run for their money in the first round, but in this last season's playoffs, they put the league on notice that their sights were and are much higher.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Darko Milicic, he's checked in for Randolph. Johnson comes in for Marcel Webster. And Ricky Rubio subbed in for Luke Ridnour. Kevin Durant's checked in for Oklahoma City. Westbrook comes in for Nate Robinson. And I think, Clark, around the league, the Thunder have been held up as the example how you build a contender from the ground up. Has certainly, Steve, lived up to that phrase, I thought, this past season.
Yeah, they really seem to have all the pieces that a team needs to contend for a championship. A star player and Kevin Durant, great point guard, and Russell Westbrook. They've got complementary pieces as well. Now it's just a matter of letting this team grow and move forward together.
Guys, you take a look at that box score. 5 turnovers for him. I think he's got to a... Avoid the high-risk play. Just be solid out there. He made sure to get a little extra hang time there, just to rub it in the defender's face a bit.
Look out below. I wasn't sure he was ever going to come down.
He just wanted to make sure he wasn't coming down on top of anybody.
And here's Harden for 3. The basket good off the assist from Durant. And the Thunder lead by 11. Here is Tolliver. He's covered by Collison. Bunny shot, and there are the Timberwolves with another bucket.
Tell you what, it has been all offense all game long.
You know what? This is really fun to watch, guys. I mean, as a coach, though, this is when you want to just harness this energy and bottle it up and ride it all the way.
And that one's good. Durant.
He knows how to get to the basket, guys, especially when the defense is soft like it was there.
Minnesota calls timeout. Some changes for Minnesota. Kevin Love's checked in for Milicic. Randolph comes in for Anthony Tolliver. And Luke Ridnour subbed in for Ricky Rubio. Serge Ibaka has checked in for the Thunder. And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, I was able to listen in on the Timberwolves head coach talking to his team. He doesn't think they've been giving it their all, saying they've been quicker to every loose ball. We gotta wake up. The game's slipping away, and we're letting it happen. We have got to take control of this thing. We'll see if we lit a fire under it, guys.
Thanks again, Doris.
Well, Westbrook has been great. 25 points. And talk about the 3-ball for him. Wow, unbelievable from long distance.
Yeah, you are right, Clark. I mean, it's been fireworks from deep. He's just so dangerous out there.
Ridnour passes to Beasley. Good. The assist goes to Ridnour. 25 points for Beasley.
Kevin, even a bright spot in what's otherwise been a little bit of a struggle for this team.
And there's the contact on the jam. He gets the whistle, but not the bucket. So 2 shots coming up for him.
That was good awareness. Fouling and avoiding giving up an easy dunk.
Well, I think that's just good, smart basketball. Make him earn his points at the line.
Durant hits them both.
And much more aggressive play has led to more free throw attempts for them here in the second half.
You know, that's how you do it, Steve. I mean, defender pressing up on you, you press right back and get into it. You know, guys, he's always looking for that open 3. I mean, that's his strength. Sometimes the best time to get the 3 is in transition.
It's only his first turnover, so he's done a nice job here offensively.
The Thunder leading by 6. Westbrook pushes to Durant. Over Ridnour. Durant, no good.
He'll usually knock that shot down.
He sure will, but that's one he couldn't pass up.
Randolph backs in. Takes it up. And Beasley gets it to go on the assist from Luke Ridnour. Ridnour's got 9 assists now tonight. Here's Westbrook. High quality work on the assist. Westbrook's got 7 points here in this quarter.
What a run he's on. He's getting everything to fall.
Boy, you talk about having the hot hand.
Ricky Rubio checked in for the Timberwolves. Tabo Saporosha is checked in for Oklahoma City. Here is Rubio. He dishes it to Ridnour. Shot from the top of the key. Nothing but net. Ridnour's got 14 points now in the second half. Time play here. The Thunder decide to talk it over. They're in front by 4. We've got one.
That should be absolutely illegal. A superb alley-oop there. Prime time play.
Well, they had that one standing by, just waiting to pull it out.
Now, there's definitely a sense of understanding between those two teammates, that's for sure.
As if there was any question, Cam, he's just not phased by the pressure. He stays focused and always makes big plays.
broke loose. It's stolen by Johnson.
What a massive defensive play. Perfect timing.
And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
And we have seen the intensity pick up big time here in the second half.
Well, you can feel the desire from both teams that they really want to win this. He's just so clutch. Here's a guy you want on your side with the game on the line, Kevin.
And that had to feel good.
Yeah, he exhaled as that one went down.
Rubio with it. Kicks it to Long. Over Pickens. And what a sensational bucket to bring down within one.
He is just so good from that range, guys.
You know, never mind with the height advantage he had there. He's such a clutch shooter, Kevin. He just lives for the big shot.
Now Rubio. Here's Beasley. It's in! And that shot brings them to within just one.
Clearly had the speed advantage there, and he used it to burn the D for the sweet hoop. Nice play.
Here is Rittenauer. Guys, a critical time for them in this ballgame.
No room for mistakes right now.
Takes it up. Connects. And what a sensational bucket to put them within one. Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. They lead by one. We've got 28 seconds left in the fourth quarter. So here's Westbrook. Covered by Rubio.
They do have a foul to give here.
Yeah, you might see them use that at some point. I would.
Here is Rubio. Over Durant. Nails it. Here's Westbrook. When they foul intentionally, they're going to have to do that now. Again and again, they're not in the penalty yet.
Well, not much of a choice there. They pretty much had to foul.
Yeah, that's the only option they had to try to get the ball back to even this thing up.
And now an intentional foul. They need the ball back as soon as possible.
Yeah, you'd much rather have somebody else get to the line than this guy. He's an excellent free throw shooter.
Perfect from the line. And it's a three-point ball game.
Big free throws, Kevin. Now they'll need a three to just stay alive.
Deflects the pass. And stolen by Perkins. And now they foul and stop the clock. Down the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. Two for two, and it's a 5-point ball game.
And that'll do it, Kevin. Those last free throws were the icing on the cake.
And Durant sinks it back. So it's Oklahoma City picking up the win. Both teams played well, but these guys had the edge.
Yeah, I think so. They were just steak knife sharp. Very on top of their game here.
Well said. And that about wraps it up for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA presented by 2K Sports. And now, Jordan presents our player of the game, Kevin Durant.
And now with that, as the 2024-2025 NBA first half season has been wrapped up, well now we're gonna be in the next game ahead of the pay-per-view will be next Thursday night. Next Thursday night we're gonna be the All-Star matchup from the Oakland, California in Oakland as the West All-Stars take on the East All-Stars for a good matchup between those two of the Giants. But why is Carmelo Anthony in the West but already trading to the Nuggets to Knicks? For some reason right now, as we wrap up the first half of the season, we are heading to Oakland, California as the All-Star game between the West take on the East for the second straight game as the Indianapolis taking off in the last season, unlike the last season because the return of the East take on the West. So now that will be an interesting game. I'll check out what it look like. The All-Star this between those two. Here's the lineup such as Kobe Bryant, Carmelo Anthony, and Kevin Durant take on Derrick Rose, Dwayne Wade, and Ron along with Dwight Howard. On the side, the East and the West, but they're gonna choose the what East gonna take in control for the All-Star game from Oakland, California. In Oakland, I'm gonna help use the East All-Stars here inside the Oakland. And then after this, we're heading the next Saturday night for part of the doubleheader for you. Another game, we're heading the Atlantic Division rivalry once again for the second time. I think it was in 3 weeks. So we got the Atlantic Division rivalry between the Boston Celtics and the Philadelphia 76ers. Paul Pierce, Rajon Rondo, and Ray Allen take on Andre Iguodala and Jrue Holiday. Is going to be a good game between those two of the Atlantic Division rivals. And after this, then heading to the second game for a marquee matchup features the two of the West rivalry. The Phoenix Suns take on the San Antonio Spurs. It was the real life heads to Austin, Texas for the second game on Saturday night between Suns and Spurs. Steve Nash and Grant Hill take on the Big Three Spurs with Duncan, Ginobili, and Parker. It's going to be interesting. So now, for now, this is Andre Kenshin and his reminder. They were heading the All-Star game for Oakland, California, and Oracle Arena is still gonna be the East meets West. It's gonna be a marquee matchup, interesting between LeBron and Kobe Bryant. And that'll do it once again for now. This is Andre Kenshin. The Oklahoma City Thunder survives over the Northwest rival Minnesota Timberwolves. Were down to the finish, 120 to the 117. And Andre Kenshin says so long. From Indianapolis, reminder, we're heading the All-Star game in Oakland between the West and the East, and the Saturday night doubleheader between features the Celtics and the Sixers, and then the Suns and the Spurs. Andre Kenshin says, so long, have a wonderful day. We'll see you tomorrow for the Thursday in the All-Star game between the West and the East, and then the Saturday doubleheader for the Celtics, 76ers, and Suns Spurs game. We'll see you tomorrow as the first half season has come to the end. Sign up and peace out. Good night!